Questions and Answers about Intergalactic Communication. February 6, 2017. I first heard from this Council of Light in the early 1990s, and have been working with them to varying degrees since then. I have written about this galactic group in most, if not all, of my books. However, that which was once a faraway dream, is getting closer with each passing day. Therefore, I am going to ask each of them, the Pleiadian, Sirian, and Arcturian Council of Light, some questions regarding our reality within this now. If you, the readers, want to ask the Council, or just the Pleiadians, Sirians, or Arcturians a question, just let me know in the blog comments sections. Make sure you know to whom you are sending your question. Then, your question will get sent to me via email, and I will channel the answer on the blog. I know that I have a zillion questions. How about you? Sue. Dear Pleiadian, Sirian, Arcturian Council of Light, do I have your permission to call you the PSA Council of Light? PSA Council of Light. Yes, we are fine with that adjustment. We realize how much effort your logical, sequential, time-bound 3D communication can take. Perhaps in our discussions we can speak with you about light language. Sue. I would greatly appreciate any information about light language. Maybe it is because I was a speech therapist, audiologist, and then psychotherapist that I am interested in all forms of communication. Because I primarily worked with human communication, I am very happy to be able to learn more about intergalactic communication. In fact, is it fine with you to use the title of Intergalactic Communication? PSA Council of Light. Yes, that is fine with us. Do you mind if we continue to call you Suziel, as that is the name that your higher self uses? Therefore, it is your galactic name. Sue. Yes, please use that name. In fact, I would like to ask you if you prefer to use the galactic name with all the humans with whom you speak. PSA Council of Light. That depends on the individual. We have found that individual choice is a very important component of being a third-dimensional human. However, as the humans with whom we are speaking expand their consciousness beyond the fourth dimension and into the fifth dimension, they begin to release their human attachment to individuality, and increasingly enjoy the constant camaraderie of unity consciousness. In fact, as our visitors, as well as the returnees to the ships, bond more and more deeply with their interdimensional self, their need for individual identity, quickly or slowly, shifts to a sense of shared identity of purpose. On the ship we all have a shared purpose, which is to assist dear planet Gaia with her planetary ascension. It is not that we do not care about the ascension of humans. But, since we already know and embrace the fifth-dimensional expressions of humanity, we know that they will eventually remember their fifth-dimensional expressions of self on the ships and on their higher-dimensional homeworlds. Sue. Thank you so much for that vote of confidence for humanity. With the constant interference from the Illuminati, some of us on Earth are having trouble feeling confident within our higher knowing. My next question is not so much my question, but a question that I think many people on Earth would like to know. Does everyone have a fifth-dimensional expression on one of the many starships that are now surrounding Earth? PSA Council of Light. Indeed, many would like to receive that answer. Every person, from saints to Illuminati, has a higher self. Unfortunately, there are still many who do not remember yet that they are multidimensional beings that are simultaneously living many versions of reality. The humans, who are barely getting by and/or those who feel overwhelmed by life on third-dimensional Earth, often cannot expand their consciousness enough to consciously embrace the higher dimensional expressions of their multidimensional self. Hence, too often, they feel as if there is no hope for a better future. In fact, we have asked Suziel to create this blog in hopes that some of those who are lost to despair can realize that help is on the way. Best of all, this help is not bound by any sense of time or deservedness. This help is free for everyone who asks for it. We say, everyone who asks for it, because Gaia is a free will planet. Therefore, we cannot help anyone who has not asked for our assistance. On the other hand, it does not matter whom you ask to help you, or whether or not that source is able and/or willing to assist you. The fact that you chose to ask for help regarding your ascension process, or even if you ask for our help regarding your daily challenges of 3D life, allows us to know that you are ready and willing to communicate with the invisible you, who is an active member of your present, ascending reality. We, your galactic family, as well as all the higher dimensional expressions of your multidimensional self, are here now to assist any of our grounded ones who wish our assistance. Also, any of you who ask for assistance for your planet Gaia, or for others than yourself, are greatly expanding your consciousness by perceiving yourself, not just as an individual, but also as a member of a greater group. When you, our grounded ones, perceive yourselves as more than an individual, your consciousness expands beyond individual consciousness into group consciousness. Then, if you include Gaia in your personal call for assistance, your consciousness expands into planetary consciousness. So, how do these different states of consciousness influence our ascension process? PSA Council of Light. Thank you, Suziel, for asking a question that we receive from many earthbound humans. We will answer your question in 3 phases. Individual consciousness requests. When one calls us asking for individual assistance, they greatly limit their ability to understand the bigger picture of the huge reality shift that each individual is consciously, or unconsciously, undergoing. On the other hand, we warmly welcome any grounded ones, which is the term we galactics use regarding our way team to ascending Earth, who are ready to remember and embrace the many members of their multidimensional self. In fact, the first phase of your personal ascension process is to remember that you are a multidimensional being who enjoys many differing realities within the now of the 5th dimensional one. We, your galactic family, realize that there are still many humans who have not yet accepted that concept. Therefore, they have not, yet, embraced the many components of their own multidimensional self. Fortunately, the recollection and embracing of their expanded self so changes their sense of self, that they automatically begin their process of remembering their own multidimensional self. Once these grounded ones realize that the earth vessel that they are currently wearing is just one of many expressions of self that live within their higher states of consciousness, their curiosity to learn more about themselves and the world around them is ignited. Curiosity brings forth questions, which invites the awaking one to find the answers to their own inner questions. As they begin the quest to answer their inner questions, they must consult others, either by writing or in person. It is this consultation with another about their own multidimensional self and the ascending planet on which they live, that ignites their group consciousness. Group consciousness requests. When one calls on us for group assistance, they have consciously, or unconsciously, expanded their sense of self beyond just the earth vessel they are wearing. A group consciousness request means that the one has become 2 or 10 or 100 or 1,000. To us, it does not matter how many people are within that group. Instead, we seek to assist that group to remember the deep intimacy of group consciousness that they experience when they visit us on their 5th dimensional ship. Yes, many of you who wish to communicate with us are beginning to remember your 5th dimensional reality on your starship. What is so very important for us to remind you is that when you remember our 5th dimensional reality on the ship, you can feel the difference when you return to your 3rd, 4th dimensional reality on physical Earth. As your heart and mind begin to contrast and compare your 3rd, 4th dimensional reality on Earth with your 4th, 5th dimensional reality on the ship, you begin to remember how it feels to live within the 5th dimensional resonance. In fact, we ask each and all of you to take a moment of your now to remember the feel of being in a 5th dimensional environment. We will take you on a short interdimensional meditation to ignite your memory. Since most of you visit us in your night body while you're sleeping on Earth, we invite you to perceive yourself lying in your bed. First, feel yourself on or in your bed. Now change your perspective from you being in your bed to the you that are floating above your bed, looking down at your sleeping or meditating body. Your sleeping or meditating self is comfortable and safe. You will not leave your body. Instead, you will expand your perceptions beyond your body by allowing your mind to relax and remember. Relaxing and remembering is how you remember your life on the ship. Relax now, as you remember yourself, walking through the welcoming portal for our visitors from Earth. We suggest that you remain with that image until you can consciously feel and totally experience the unconditional love that invites you to join us. Eventually, you will feel the group consciousness of our loving welcome. Now, remember this reality is in your mind. We wish to remind you that all reality is also in your heart. What you think about is what you bring about, is a common and very accurate saying on Earth. Also, what you love, you welcome, whereas, what you fear, you reject. Furthermore, the thoughts that you allow to linger in your mind will deeply affect the emotions that you carry in your heart. Your heart and mind work as a unit to assist you to create, move toward, a reality that calms your mind and comforts your heart. Allow the inner image of your standing before the portal to our ship to gently settle into your heart and mind. When you have totally embraced the unconditional love and multidimensional information that awaits you across that threshold, you will have a conscious, or unconscious, experience of your interdimensional visit. Note from Sue: I have written many articles and books about life on the ship, but I have only physically perceived a few ships, which were hidden in the clouds. The memories that we hold in our heart and mind may or may not physically manifest. Planetary Consciousness Request. Once one has expanded their consciousness to embrace the fact that Earth Gaia is a living being constructed of the same elements of earth, air, fire, water, and ether that are used to construct the human form, they move into the expanded consciousness of planetary consciousness. When one has planetary consciousness, they perceive the planet as a huge, living being on which they have the privilege of visiting. Once a human has expanded their consciousness enough to embrace planetary consciousness, they have usually meditated and worked towards being the master of their thoughts and emotions for decades. On the other hand, there are more and more new humans being born within you now who innately remember their higher self, as well as many past lives on Earth, as well as many off-world lives on starships and on other planets. These new humans are born with planetary consciousness because they have studied for many earthly incarnations. They have also learned and experienced planetary consciousness in between their earthly incarnations. It is not that this is the first time in which many higher evolved beings have taken incarnations. In fact, it is common for more evolved beings to make the sacrifice of taking an Earth vessel whenever Earth is on the cusp of a planetary challenge and/or transmutation. A strong flow of unconditional love is necessary for a peak society to be born. Therefore, many humans who can still remember their multidimensional self, as well as their experiences aboard our fifth-dimensional and beyond starships, have chosen to take a human form within you now to assist Gaia, and all her life forms, to return to their true fifth-dimensional, light bodies. We, the members of your galactic family, are here to assist you. Please feel free to call on us when you need comfort and support. We are always here within you now. Give us a call. Your interdimensional friends and your multidimensional family. The Pleiadians, Sirians, and Arcturians. Channeled by Suzanne Lee. SuzanneLeePhD.blogspot.com